Hi guys, Rachel is Spunky Misfit Girl here, and we are ready for the second part of this cute little envelope junk journal. If you haven't seen part one, go back and take a look. It's not very long. This is a really quick 1 hour project or so that you can do. We're just gonna go ahead. In the last video, I got my pages all set up and ready to go, and I'm gonna go ahead and sew them in. So I'm just gonna take my signature and I'm gonna lay it into my spine, just like so. And I like to clip it. I guess we've got some shorties, so I'm gonna clip it on the shorties so that nothing moves. And over on the side too. So I like to do it kitty corner, kind of gives it a good hold in there. And then I'm just going to take my awl, being careful not to poke my own fingers, and I'm going to go right about in the middle. I'm not a measurer. I don't like measuring, so I just eyeball it. And then I'm going to do about a 1/4 inch out, 1/2 inch out. It's not a big deal. On the bottom. And one on the top. And I'm gonna poke right through those and wheel it around a little, and then also poke in from the outside, because I don't like fussy sewing. I like it to be nice and easy. I don't like my needle to get lost in between pages. So I'm gonna take my bookbinding thread, it's a little waxy, and do 3 times the length of my journal, cut that sucker off, and then I'm going to take my bookbinding needle with its nice big eye and thread that sucker. And I love a good pamphlet stitch. So coming from the inside, going to the out, I'm starting in the middle hole, and I'm going to leave, couple inch tail. And then you can go in either through the top or the bottom as you please, and come out through the opposite hole. So if you went through the top, go through the bottom. If you went through the bottom, go through the top. And then you're coming back in through your middle. I try to do it around the other side, but it's not a big deal. So we can fix that here. Then you take your ends and you're going to want to tie your knot to finish that off right around this string in the middle. And that is all of the sewing. Not very intimidating for people who don't like sewing. And you can use that stitch in a lot of different ways. In more complicated projects as well, if you haven't done it before. So that's my inside, and I'm going to just tidy up my things a little bit. So then we have our closures that we made in the last video. I decided to go with 2 for this one, and I am going to punch my holes in the middle. Of my circles. Again, I just eyeball it. Part of the reason I got into junk journaling was to stop being so much of a perfectionist, so you will see that reflected in my work. It's all absolutely one of a kind, handmade. All right, so then I'm using my crocodile. If you're new, if you're debating whether to get one of these because it's expensive, do it. I love this baby. Somehow finding a writing utensil. All right, so then I'm just gonna take my big circle, and I've decided that I'm just gonna do these think I might have been planning to do them top and bottom, but I kind of like it. I think I'm just gonna do it middle to middle. So I'm gonna just mark in my hole exactly where I want those holes. And I'm gonna punch those out too with my crocodile. You can actually do this with an old-fashioned awl if you wanna, especially because it's really only paper and envelope. It's not too hard. And then I'm gonna take a brad for each closure, put it through the small guy, put it through the big guy, and I had an idea of which one I wanted where. I think I thought this one looked better out here. Don't think it matters all that much. And put them in through there and undo the legs. It's funny because I went through this class with a friend and my boyfriend, and I've been doing it for so long, it's just second nature now. Had to slow it down to be sure they were getting it. Oh no, I lost my... my top. Where'd he go? Okay, sorry about that. These pieces, it's like they fall off and they seem to just fall into the ether. You can't figure out where they went. So that's my second closure. That's really the essence of it. You know, that is the basics of your journal. So what I've been doing with these is also collaging the inside. It's totally up to you. What did I do? I had some pages that I pulled aside for this that I have cut to size. And I'm gonna just use some tape on these. And I've started, the first one I made, I was trying to keep really simple, so I didn't do anything extra to the inside at all. But I've started now kind of doing pockets and one or two pieces of ephemera here and there so that these have a little bit of fun to them. These papers that I'm using are Victoria designs for these insides, and I'm also going to use, this is one of mine, and the ephemera, some of the ephemera will be from my Steampunk Alice ephemera kit and the Steampunk Alice junk journal cards, which are in my Etsy shop. Okay, so I'm gonna just get these guys on here. Oh, for heaven's sake, I moved the glue over to the other table just before I started filming. So typical. There's always something. You cannot get away filming a video and actually have all of the tools I need right there on the desk in front of me. Never fails. All right, so I'm just gonna cover up these brad legs and collage the insides of this guy too. And I tend to like leaving that little edge. I think it looks nice. It's up to you. You can go all the way to the ends if you want. You could also reinforce the spine before you sew your pages in if you want, with paper or with book cloth or with some lace, some ribbon, lots of options. I tend to like to keep these simple and quick. It's nice to just have a little project that doesn't take you too long, but when you're done, it looks nice and you feel like you really accomplished something. You accomplished a whole project in just a couple of hours in an evening. That's the best. So then I was gonna just use the sky to make some side pockets. Actually, I think I might make a bottom pocket here. Feeling struck by inspiration. I also moved my cutter, my trusty Fiskars, to prevent Rachel from having to do straight cutting, because she can't without the Fiskars. All right, it's my wee pocket. And I forgot to bring the ink back too. You guys, it's like we're a messy crafter around here or something. Where are our extra ink daubers? Well, I was inking everything with walnut stain, but that's too far across the room, so we're just gonna use some vintage photo for this one. And I'm gonna punch it. We'll get little papers everywhere. Oh, that gives me an excuse to show you guys something cool that I got. Let's put this on here first and then I'll show you. I actually probably should do a separate little video about it, but you guys will get a little sneak peek. Really fun little tool that I got, because I know that you know, if you're a crafter, these little pieces of paper from these punches get everywhere all the time. Your house is never free of them. Oh, this guy needs to be kind of in the middle there. There, I like that. It's a little dull. I kind of want to put something else on top of it. Probably not this because it's too big. But I'm late. I actually don't know what I have right here. I should have brought my larger steampunk thingy. Maybe it's just something like this. I don't know. I was thinking about putting her back here. She's so pretty. But I don't know how to, maybe if I put something across the middle, a strip of something. It'll help bring these together. I've also got this begin at the beginning. Maybe this would be better than this. I like that. Then there's no pocket, but that's okay. I think we just make this one a one pocket. I don't think she's been inked either. Oh, it feels so good to be back to work on this stuff, you guys. I've been sick, pretty brutally sick, pretty much since Monday this week, and it is currently Friday night, and I'm so delighted to actually be feeling human again. I'm chatting to you guys while I work instead of just laying in bed moaning. All right. Yes. I can't wait to actually get out into the world and do some vending. Had a really fun time with it in October. So I'm hoping it goes well. I'm signed up for a number of different markets this spring. Drink me, Alice. All right, she's ready to go. And then I've just got to figure out this pocket, and I'm gonna stick a couple of cards in there. Maybe this Alice and this Mad Hatter, because they're nicer quality, and maybe the teapots too, because those are fun. Oh, that's yes. That's a yes. I would like to have something that goes behind it too. Maybe this guy. Just this big or so. This is a Victoria Designs paper as well. She has really good steampunk packs. All right. This guy is going to go on here like this, with this guy over the top. And that is it, you guys. I'm going to do that in a minute off camera. But, oh, one last thing. This closure guy here. We don't want to forget that. Let's take this twine. So now you have a couple of options here with this. You don't have to glue it. If you want to, you can just slide it back behind there. And that might, I think, actually be my recommendation with two like this, just because glue just ends up getting kind of fussy and problematic. I think probably with this one, I will just go around on each side and leave it at that. Maybe come back here again. And actually, I think I'll leave these long enough so that I can tie a little cute knot. And you can, you know, bind that however you like so that it looks nice. You can also glue. Sometimes when I just have one, I glue And I think I showed that in the other video about how to make this closure. But I think with two like this, I'm just gonna leave them unglued and let them be wrap around like that. So that's your journal. If you want your sneak peek at this thing that I just mentioned that I doesn't tell you about, so I got all these little paper scraps from punching things, and they get all over my house. And what's really nice is when they're like on my craft desk, you can see I have even all over the place little pieces. I got this cute little Toy Time bunny. It's a little vacuum. It's like a little desk vacuum, and it just eats up those paper pieces like nothing. Oh, maybe not the bigger ones as well, but those little teeny itty bitty corners and the little dots. Anyway, it's fun, which is really the most important part, right, guys? All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.